We were the pregame show. We were halftime report with Mike Mao. Shane Sparks was there.
My very first thought was this. I was angry. I was angry as I was watching this
drama. I'd like to hear your thoughts on the new NCAA Division I has removed marijuana from the banned drug list. That's nice putting on some weight.
Iowa's where the excitement's at. I mean, you can live in that boring milquetoast program of Penn State, but I'm telling you, Iowa's where the action's at.
I know, dude. Oh, now you want to be friendly with Iowa now.
Ooh, the greatest minds in wrestling, both of them very knowledgeable, but here they're on the debate stage against each other. Which program is healthier right now, Iowa or Oklahoma State? Okay, I have tiers. Here's my first tier, folks. Starachi against AJ. That could.
All right, folks, welcome back to BEG Wrestling.
We are here finally.
Finally, you're
finally.
back.
I'm trying to. I want to make an episode. I don't know where you're at.
Where I'm at.
Well, it's like.
Goodness.
Dang on. I mean, I didn't feel good.
What the heck have you been up to?
Well, I've been sick.
Sick?
Been busy. Hi, sweetie. No, it was a lot going on. Hey, Zach, I'm here to commit right now. I'm not going to miss a week for a long time.
Okay. You heard it, fans. There it is.
All right.
You did make an appearance. We made an appearance, BG Wrestling, last week, which is out now. Came out Sunday. The CLAW Invitational event on YouTube.
Yep.
Which we were at. We were the pregame show. We were halftime report with Mike Mao. Shane Sparks was there. In my opinion, incredible overall viewing experience there on YouTube. Very well done. What are your thoughts, takeaways?
Okay, I have some thoughts about CLAW. My very first thought was this. I was angry. I was angry as I was watching this so packed, full of action. I was angry. Why do I got to go back to folk style? I want this kind of action.
Yeah.
Now, the whole kit and caboodle, I think it has a chance they could take this whole formula and put it into folk style and turn folk style into what they've put together here. No, I don't think I'm being real here. However, elements of that, like how quickly they were calling the stall. Folks, we simply just didn't see any inaction. There was nothing but action, and I loved it. All for that. All for the step-out point. I think that has a lot to do with this, too. A lot of that stalling is going on the perimeters. And the toe in and stuff. Somebody says I've had it with sticking the toe in. Look, as soon as the guy's got his foot extended and a toe in, this isn't the NFL or something. Stalemate it. Do something. Don't just. We want action, refs. Please. Now, I like that one. I'll tell you the other one. I really liked Wade Chalice's a point earned is a point. How am I saying this?
Point scored is a point earned.
Yes, I like that.
Yep.
I like that. I tell you, folks, you could be getting beat 14-1, and you have every reason in the world to keep going, or you could be getting beat 10-0. And for every second you're on that mat, you have a real incentive. Let me score at least just 2 points here. Or let me get 1 point escape. That 1 point might be the point your team wins by. Absolutely love it. And it's brilliant. It's brilliant. And the pylons, they were fun. Did you think so?
Yeah, I thought so, yeah.
Now, I don't ever see that being in folk style college wrestling. I just don't. So I'm not going to go that far. I liked the overtime. Do I think they take that on too? The overtime, basically what they had was, how there's an inner circle around on wrestling mat? Well, this is a square mat, and they had a, 6x6 square in the inner circle. And the first one to be completely out of that was the loser. And so they both started with an over-under tie.
Yep.
And it's just fun because you're set up for some huge throws and the crowd just going nuts because somebody's getting thrown here. You might be able to lift him and just get both of his feet out and get the win that way, but usually someone's going to get thrown, and I like that. That's another element. Now, the thing about CLAW, Zach, if you don't mind me saying, is this is going to take quite some time, and it's going to take quite some money, and it's going to have to be a lot of work. And I commend CLAW. I enjoyed that product they showed us. There was a couple things. I'm going to be just a little straight up. I'm going to be honest. I was a little upset about that. They brought me and you in, okay, and me and Zach, we helped with the pregame show and the halftime.
Their GM is Caden Henschel, and the Cicadas, their GM Billy Baldwin. 8 matches, and with a closer look at these matchups, let's send it to Mike Malaconico along with Wayne and Zach Beaver.
Thank you so much, Shane. I'm here alongside Zach and Wayne Beaver. Guys, I'm super excited to be here at the CLAW Invitational. I got to tell you guys. Now, Zach, first of all, you spent a good portion of yesterday watching a bunch of these matches. Rule set's a little bit different, right, than we're used to at a college or international level. Tell me a little bit about what your initial thoughts are of the rule set itself.
And I was all pumped up to do this because I was going to bring a little BEG and right in your face. That's what I was going to do. Me and you bouncing stuff off of each other.
Yeah.
Well, we were with Mike Mao. Mike Mao was in the center of us, and Mike Mao was going back and forth, and we just... It was like you said. It was like it was a wall between me and you. So I couldn't do my normal bouncing off. And I'm not saying it was terrible or anything. Personally, I think Mike Mao would have been better all alone instead of having us with him. Or I think it would have been better having just me and you so we could do our little thing. Whatever you want to call this.
Yeah, well... I mean, we were
Duck Dynasty of wrestling.
We were a little out of our element, yeah. And I mean, that was the first time we ever met Mike Mao. I mean,
super nice guy and knowledgeable. Enjoyed talking to him. Enjoyed talking to Shane Sparks, Mike McCollum or McDonough. Enjoyed, 4-timer from Northwestern. Stud,
but
by the way.
A live show like that is a whole different thing, as we very much know.
Yeah.
Than just meeting someone and having a good conversation. You know what I mean? That was kind of the first. Like, literally, we had talked to Mike Mao for 30 minutes before, and then we're doing a live show. Very difficult to have chemistry there right away. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And the thing is, CLAW's going to need some extraordinary things to happen to really catch people's attention to that. I'm telling you, they have a product that's going to entertain, but now to get the eyeballs there. And it's, like I said, it's either going to take a lot of time or it's going to take some extraordinary things. I challenged CLAW to think outside the box. Next time, if ever me and you do something for CLAW, have some guts. Cut the 2 wild Duck Dynasty guys loose. Cut them loose. What do you got to go for it? Worst case scenario, just cut that section out. But quite frankly, Zach, do we ever cross the line too much?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Some people think so. Clearly.
Well,
if you saw the new commercial out.
Who in this industry is telling us their pants fell to the ground, or they killed 2 deer with their car, or they need to lose weight? Zach used to act professional and was almost reserved in his presentation. Now it's screaming and skits.
You better not watch BEG Wrestling. Tuesdays with Wayne. Fridays, live with fan call-ins. Live instant reactions. Exclusive interviews. And yes, even skits. BEG. Wrestling on YouTube and Spotify now. Just watch at your own risk.
Well, it was...
How about that? We had a commercial on that too. How about that, man? That was cool.
That was I enjoyed your live draft,
draft with Shane Sparks.
You showed on BEG. Here's the thing. You guys had these two wrestlers standing nose to nose, which was cool for a photo shot. But here's the thing, and we're going to get into this. By the way, before I finish that thought, I met Drama King. Drama King Daniel. And yeah, Drama King Daniel, he's big on our Facebook page, great contributor. In fact, we're going to be talking with him before this show's over. We'll introduce you to him. Met Clay Lout's dad, and I have to say, Zach Elam, the three most interesting people I met that day. All three of them just blew me away. Awesome people. Yeah. Clay Lout's dad and Drama King. Dude, I felt like a loser. I mean, they're jacked. Yeah. And here I am, big old Michelin man coming over. And you know what? I could tell by I'm very good at detecting this in people. Zach, you know how much prejudice they had against all this fat right here? That much. They had that much. Zero. Oh, and okay. I immediately fell in love with them. I can tell when somebody's looking at me like, hey, why don't you just say it, buddy? Why don't you just go ahead and say it? Hey, loser, maybe you could lose a little weight. That's what I swear. I could read that in people.
Well, you're good at reading people.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, let me finish my thought. Now I forgot my thought.
Maybe you're glad Drama King's on our team. Clay Lout, Zach Elam, interesting people. Yeah. Shane Sparks.
Really am rooting for CLAW. Great product, and it was a good time. But
I have a feeling some of the wrestlers, seeing the paychecks that those winning wrestlers were paid.
Oh, now I remember, Zach. I'm sorry to interrupt. You had these guys nose to nose, and we're going to be talking with Drama King here a little bit about this. About we need a little more big personalities in this sport to sell the sport. We need a little. I noticed this with wrestlers, folks. Wrestlers are humbled. Every one of them are humbled regularly. So it's hard to get a wrestler that's not respectful. Yeah. Like, wrestling really shapes a person in the good form. Quite frankly, if I was running the government, that would be required in schools. You have to go through wrestling and get your big head humbled down a little bit, and send them to gym class, let them wrestle. Back in my days, we wrestled during gym class.
Really?
Did you guys?
No, we did not.
Yeah, that's when. Did you wear skirts or anything to gym class? I'm just kidding.
Well, I got in a lot of fights. I know that. There was a lot of bloody noses. We were playing football.
Yeah.
We were still tough in my day.
Oh, yeah. Wow. What was this? The 90s? No.
Yeah, early 90s, yeah.
No, it's hard to get, like, I mean, these guys were making a good bit of money to get real.
$4,000. Winners on the winning team.
Yeah, to get real.
$4,000 for that weekend. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah,
I mean,
they're just.
People were out there regretting it. The other thing I want to say, Drama King posted a picture of me and him out there, photoshopped my legs to be super skinny. You see that? Unbelievable.
Somebody said, I'm willing to bet Drama King's arms are bigger than Zach's legs.
Unbelievable, man.
Which, after you see Drama King, that's, I hate to say it, but that's true. But, it was a good time. And, it's just one of them things.
Very unique experience, man.
Please, NCAA, I know we don't do it this year. It's every other year that we do rules. We look at the rules, we bring in changes. So nothing's changing for this year. But next year, when we do these rules, I commend you. As much as I blast you guys, NCAA, I commend you on the rules that you did the last time around. The 3-point thing, everything seems to be working. I'm telling you, make a significant move towards eliminating boredom during a match. And that means elevating and training and coordinating everyone to be the same when it comes to stalling, and just simply don't allow it. There's no stalling. And, well, I'm a ref. I don't want to be the deciding factor on this match. Enough. We need some refs to step up here.
Well, maybe a couple rule changes that take away this from CLAW that would just, you wouldn't even have to call stalling if you added push-outs and just...
That's a big one. That's a big one.
A point for a point earned is a point scored is a point earned.
That's a
if
driving
you added
force,
those
too.
two things.
You want to go by steps? Let's make that step. And the thing is everybody, well, it's been 3 points for the winning team or 6 if it's a pin, and, it's been like that for a long time. I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's 100 years. If something's better, you have to learn how to change.
Yeah. And, if you just change those two things, I think those two rule changes would not even add any complexity. In fact, that would add... almost simplicity to watching it. If he gets pushed out, it's a point for the guy who pushed him out.
Yeah.
And, whatever the score is how many points the team gets.
I talked with Zach Lamb, sat there and talked to Zach Lamb, and that guy, he got fourth. Here's a fourth place AA guy, just an absolute stud at 285, and his career went like this the whole time. It just did. Every year, his Rocky, I thought, was the real stud there. Really, to me, Zach passed Rocky there that last year in my. But what a nice kid, nice man. He's not a kid anymore.
Beat Gadali.
Yeah.
Who placed 8th at NCAAs last year. Beat him in this CLAW event.
Wow. Well, the thing is, boy, what a job I notice all wrestlers are like that. I just love wrestlers. I love their attitudes, and there's something to be said. There's something learned in this sport, and you're going to be having a tough time, you younger generation that want to bring some more tude to this sport. I'm telling you, you're going to have a hard time because these guys are naturally respectful of their opponents. They've been humbled so many times. They understand the work they had to go through. They understand that guy had to go through the work, the whole thing. Mm-hmm. I'm done my little soapbox there.
That would have to be why I'm probably so respectful, right? I was a wrestler.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
Yeah, folks. Everyone joking around here.
That's right. I often said, okay, Wood, if I was, we got this political season going on here. We just had the big old debate and stuff. Okay, Wayne, you're president of the United States. Okay, what would you do? Let me ask you that question first. Is there anything that sticks out? What would you do? You're president of the United States.
First thing I do is figure out whatever's got to get figured out for all these athletes to be at the Olympics.
Oh, that's
participating. That would be nice.
That's true. That's true.
I mean, seriously, as that's right around the corner.
Oh, that makes you angry, don't it? The whole thing. We were pumped for this, and some of the biggest names for the biggest matchups that everyone was really dying to see, and we're not even going to see them.
Yeah.
And,
we will hear Jordan Burroughs commentating it, though. I don't know what that means for his career, but
yeah, I see, and I was happy to hear about that. I like Jordan Burroughs.
Yeah.
By the way, as far as commentators, I don't know.
Yeah.
Where you stand? Can I mention who I think the cream of the crop is in commentators?
Okay.
Okay. I have tiers. Here's my first tier, folks. Jeff Byers, you've all heard me say it before. I think he's the greatest announcer of all time, any sport, you name it. There's a guy that's tied him in my book. Rock Harrison. What is he? Is he the ACC guy or something? I don't know. If you've not listened to Rock Harrison call or color commentate, that dude knows wrestling. I love his approach. I love how he sounds. I love his thinking during. If I could match them two up, that's my dream matchup for the Olympics.
Wow.
Jeff Byers, Rock Harrison, and that is tier one.
I can't even argue that.
And that's hard because I just stepped over a lot of absolute studs when it comes to announcing, commentating, whatever. We're talking, I've always liked John Smith, folks. Always loved John Smith. He's great at it. I like Burrows. All of us like Jim Gibbons. Of course, we all like Shane Sparks. Loved Shane's energy. And you got a chance to have dinner with Shane, and
yeah,
I mean, he was super nice to me too. In fact, he told us he's gonna appear on our show sometime.
Yeah, we got a interview coming up sometime with
interview. Let's just have him sit along for a whole episode. He can commentate right along.
Yeah, I like that.
I'm telling you, he's just super nice.
Like do the same with Rock Harrison coming up here also.
You know, you think about a guy like Shane Sparks and you think, well, the head's naturally gonna get bigger. You can tell when you're dealing with somebody that head needs to shrink a little bit. None of that. Shane Sparks is Shane Sparks.
Very down-to-earth guy. Wisconsin guy, man.
Yeah, I like
someone you want to have a beer with.
I like David
Shane
Teller
Sparks.
as a announcer, too. The Flow guys. I think the Flow guys do a nice job. Here's one. This guy sits in between the second tier and first tier. I'm not sure where to put him yet. Now, a lot of you may not have heard him. He was on them collegiate duels. Rockfin, I think, or somebody. I don't even know who he works for. Cliff Fretwell. I loved his announcing. Zach, he's kind of funny. And he's just lively. He puts energy. And you said something the other episode, maybe it was a Friday night episode. You were dead on right. You said, somebody asked you, was it Stetson asked you, okay, how do you get guys like me, never been a wrestler, how do you get guys like me into this sport? You said, what did you say?
I think the first thing that needs to happen is the media needs to get better.
Bam.
Yeah.
Yes. And I tell you, you have announcers like, we do have, this sport's not hurting in the announcers. We got some quality announcers. Let's be honest.
The wrestlers can only get as big as the media that covers them is.
Yeah.
You understand? Like, does that make sense?
Yes. By the way, just on a little side note, can you kind of work streaming some duel somewhere? I don't care. Small college duel, D1, D2 college duel, big high school duel. Can we get a job where me and you can do it for the first time? We can call a match.
Commentate it.
You know, that was the one thing I wasn't allowed about CLAW.
That.
They kind of put us in a position where we're talking heads. I'm not a talking head. You do fine with it. My speech isn't even very good.
I thought you
My
sounded
speech
good.
isn't even very good. You don't want me. You want a good-looking guy. He's very good with his speech. Thinks good on his feet and stuff. Dude, no. I wanted to stop the whole recording. Stop. I'm not the guy. And but we got through.
I thought you were good.
Yeah. But I want to call match.
Yeah. Back to your point. I have the couple of the consolation finals that I filmed, not commentated, but from the CLAW that I'm going to post here this coming week. And now that the finals have been posted, but yeah, you're right. Anyone out there, let's maybe I'll start reaching out to people, or if anyone knows, let us know in the comments or reach out to us on the Facebook page or something. Some type of event we can set up. Me and
Jamie
commentate it. We got the live stream going. That would be fun.
You streamed this football game, and you were in a last minute emergency. You had nobody. Dad, Jamie, could you guys call this game?
Yeah,
I'm going to be busy with all this camera work. Okay, I don't know. I can't. I'm not here to say we did a great job or anything. Because let me tell you, you've never heard a football game called like that ever before in all time.
It was great. You and now everyone knows producer Jamie. You guys, it's on our Facebook.
I want to call where me, you, and Jamie. We're calling a match. It's not going to be like anything you ever heard before, but it'd be fun. Wouldn't it be fun?
Be a lot of fun.
And let me tell you,
it'd be a fun viewing experience.
Oh, I'd be passionate because I just get up every time I'm watching wrestling. But anyway, back to
anyone if you know someone, let's start reaching out. Maybe Gettysburg College or something.
Oh, that'd be we gotta do that. That's just one of them things we gotta do. So if anybody of you want your duel called by BEG, contact
Let us
Zach.
know.
No, we're dead serious here.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we're on this. We watched the debate. By the way, I never answered what would I do if I was president?
Yeah. We got a little sidetracked there.
Yeah, well, I got so going, now I forgot what that was. But, no, I think the thing is wrestling, making people go through wrestling seems like, well, that's awfully mean. I know this, folks. Common sense. I love common sense in the stuff. It's common sense that a person accomplishing something makes them feel good. You want to make someone miserable? Give them something, money or something, where they don't have to do anything. I'm telling you, you just made their life terrible, and you're going to have a hard time finding a happy person that gets something for nothing. If it's like that great feeling you have at the end of the work week.
Yeah.
You earn that, and it makes you feel good. It lifts you up. And when you never get to get up, your spirits get up, you fall into this rut. And it's something about going through wrestling that I just can't say enough. I often say, I'm not a real big on any politician, but if we got to have a politician like Jim Jordan, Jim Jordan from Ohio State, he's a congressman from Ohio. Zach, he was a stud. Well, his kids were studs too, but Kevin could give me the exact stats. I can't remember how many times he's won it. Multi. Dude's a stud.
I'll put him up on the screen, yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, man, I like politicians that absolutely love this sport to be in charge, because there's something to be gained from this sport that's golden inside. And it's like you never lose it. It's like a Marine or a military man. They never lose what they went through. And you go talk to a lot of military people, they'll tell you the best time of my life was maybe the hardest time, going through boot camp and going through the service. I miss them days. It's like you went through that, you were accomplishing things. But I'm done my little...
What's growing in women.
Yeah, I'm glad Burroughs is doing the Olympics. They did tell us who he's doing it with, but...
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
It's obviously not as big of a name as Burroughs.
We did mention our future interviews that we're going to have. Did I mention?
A couple, yeah.
Rock Harrison. I can't wait for that. I hope he doesn't get mad I mentioned this. Christian Piles is going to join us for an episode.
Christian Piles is
going to...
Get out of here.
Yep. Shane Sparks. And, the really neat thing is we're just small potatoes yet. But it's just a testament to the people of wrestling. They're willing to help wrestling grow. That's the whole reason we're here, right?
Yeah.
We want to help the wrestling grow, but Bros and Throws, that's a new podcast that started out that we like. They've always been super nice to them. We've mentioned we want to hook up with them sometime and do a whole, what do you want to call it, round table or something, or them on the, anyway. It'd be fun. Oh,
I'd love to.
Yeah.
You might have to start recording more than once a month. You talking all this big game, dude?
Well, with the 1 week, you had this daggone cornhole, daggone tournament.
Which I dominated, by the way.
What?
Yeah.
That's
Dominated.
right. You did. What are you now? 5-time champ?
Five-time.
Wow.
Annual Beaver Cornhole
Here's
Championship.
my partner, me and Jamie. Okay.
You and producer Jamie were partners. Yeah.
All right. You okay?
Me and Corey.
No offense, Jamie. Love you, sweetheart. You get a state champ as a partner. I get a. Jamie, you are very good, Jamie. I know that board was too far away. That's why that bag wasn't hitting the board every time you were throwing it. No, I'm just kidding, Jamie. No, I stank it up too. We stank. We went 1-2 against the first team we beat. It was 2 guys that were high school stars at their little high school. And I thought, look who we pull first round. Jamie, there's no mercy here. Well, Jamie stepped up. I got that. We sat them boys down.
You're bragging about one win, dude, in the cornhole tournament. Unbelievable.
What do you do? Why don't you put up a picture? Do you got you holding the trophy or anything? Or
no, I'll put it up. I'll take one though and put it up.
Well,
we got drama calling in here.
Yeah, that was I gotta keep. But anyway. I got excuses. The next week we had the CLAW thing, and it's like I got a lot going on at home. I ain't got time to play podcast, boy. Like right at your every whim.
Excuses, dude.
Right
no
at your every whim.
excuses.
Dad, podcast. You had me all day yesterday. What? No, I love doing these. Anyway, so I got to tell you about something, Zach.
Okay, after the story, we got Drama King in the green room. So
Okay.
unless you want to bring him in for the story.
Yeah, bring him in for the story.
All
That's
right,
Let's meet Drama King. There he is, right there. Let me just do a quick introduction. Drama King Daniel, Pennsylvanian, huge contributor to BEG's Facebook page. Dying to have him on. I met one of his kids, his son, by the way, Drama King. I almost wish. Can you hold the phone down a little bit and just let us see a bicep? What?
We met Drama this.
That was Photoshop.
Oh no! At first, the very first time he sent us a picture, we seen this leg that was attached to his shoulder, and I thought, okay, that could possibly be Photoshop. No, we met him at CLAW, and there's no Photoshop going on. Dude, I can only imagine the amount of work you put in there. Look, I got a question for you, but let me get through this short little story about how my wife and I are lifesavers. As of yesterday, we saved 2 lives, my wife and I. That's right. She finds these kittens out in this country road, not a house in sight. They wouldn't come up to her, so she felt bad. She took back food, and she came home, told me the story, and I said, we got to see if we can find them. She says, Wayne, they're skin and bone. So we called Tess, Corey, my son's girlfriend, and there's Tess with Jamie there.
A big animal advocate.
Yes, she's saved
Big
many a
animal
cat.
lover. Yeah.
Yeah, she's saved.
Saver.
I think she fosters cats or whatever. Long story short, we actually get the cats in her hands. We bring them home, and Jamie right now has them cats and
in her house,
nursing them back to health. And we kind of saved.
You
saved a
saying
couple of lives.
I don't hear any part of that story that you actually did anything. You mean
I
mom
said
saved them.
No,
mom saved them.
Mom, okay, my wife saved them, but okay, that is just a little story I had to get out there. You know, when you're out there saving lives, you got to brag about it a little bit, please.
Drama, have you saved any lives? And if not, what'd you think of the CLAW Invitational, man? We can't hear you, Drama.
Can't hear you, Drama.
Hang up and try to call back in, maybe.
They had wrestling mats in the streets.
Out in Nebraska. Yeah.
In
How
Nebraska.
awesome was that?
How awesome is this, folks? Look at this. Going down Main Street, wrestling mat after wrestling mat. And we mentioned about how cool it would be to have wrestling matches at unique places. There I hear something, Drama King. In fact, by the way,
I got you too.
Drama, did you hear Penn State's AD has said he's open to a wrestling mat in Beaver Stadium?
I did. I actually posted about that a few days ago.
Yeah.
I think if we end up doing that, I think it'll probably blow away the Iowa-Oklahoma State duel they have there. Absolutely. I don't want to. Can I just say after I said that, so I don't catch any heat? Can I just say I'm just kidding? I'm just kidding.
That's That's how you do it.
It works for you.
That's how you do it. Yes. You know, Drama King had this post on our Facebook page. You care if I read it, or you're better at reading? Can you read that?
Oh boy! All right.
This is a post by Drama King.
Can I be annoyed with Bo Bassett trimming his list of schools weekly for the world to see while also realizing it's probably garnered badly needed publicity for wrestling? I always complain about wrestling not getting the attention the hardest working athletes in sports deserve, while the old-timer in me grumbles about Gable Stevenson's heel act, AJ Ferrari splits, minus the birds, Kyle Ring's tongue, or Bassett's face being everywhere. In reality, the casual fan needs these types to get them interested. They don't share in the love of a highly technical and skilled sport based off the grind or the memories from their past action on the mat. They need a story or personality to hook them. It takes me a while to come around, but common sense eventually wins out. P.S. I still don't like it.
I love that post. I love that post. Any comments on that?
No, I think I kind of hit everything in that post, but it just takes me a while to come around. You know, I raise a little cane about things, and then I kind of lay awake 1, 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning because I don't sleep, and I rethink it, and I'm like, you know what, that's marketing that we need.
Yeah, and
no marketing at all whatsoever.
Bam. I absolutely agree. If there's one thing, the media, the marketing of this sport has to improve. And the thing
is, on the CLAW Invitational before we forget.
Well, let me say something quick about Bassett, and then we'll go back to CLAW. The Bassett thing, I thought about that. In fact, I made a Wayne's World about it, and then I thought, you know what? I really don't care. I'm not passionate about this enough to argue my point over it, because I don't know, maybe this will help the sport or something. I mean, I personally wouldn't do it. If you were in Bo's shoes, I wouldn't allow you to do it, because I'm real big on humble. Something about that doesn't come off as humble to me. I don't know, but I'm not even going to argue that point. Have at it, Bo. I couldn't agree more than what you said.
Well, if you don't think there's other kids out there who are on the fence about wrestling who watch what he's doing now and it makes them want to wrestle, I think that's definitely happening. I mean, be a superstar, man. Like, we need superstars.
Maybe it'd be nice to have a, if he's saying no to a college, that he'd have to visit. That's all. So you're saying no to something. He's saying no to a 5-minute phone call, which you say that doesn't hurt the college. It didn't hurt F&M any that Bo kicked them out week 1. Okay, it didn't hurt F&M any, but it didn't help them any. So why do it? You can't sell to me that, I'm bringing attention to all these schools just because I had them in my list of possibilities.
Yeah, but I would make the argument if I'm a kid and I would pick a school that was up on his list just because, hey, Bo Bassett considered him.
Yeah.
I would go to F&M over another school that's probably equivalent to them, but maybe Bo didn't have them up there. I'd go to F&M because Bo had him on the list.
Well, that's an angle to look at. But anyway, back to this CLAW.
John,
what's your thoughts?
Your thoughts there?
Oh man, I'm a fan. I'm a huge fan. It's everything that I wanted. Like that merger of freestyle and folk. Minus all the stalling from freestyle. Minus the gut wrenches and leg laces that I don't like in freestyle. So it was put on so well. I mean, like, just the whole showmanship of it. It's got a WWE vibe to it with the lights and the smoke and the cicada sound when the cicadas came out. Took the mat and the what did you guys think about the Greco demo at the beginning?
The throw demo. Yeah, I liked it. I thought
the throw.
Just a variety.
It almost felt like a Greco overtime too, because really they're starting from a tie, and the chances someone breaks that tie and tries for a leg attack is, I think it's going to stay in that tie. Someone's going out of bounds. Overtimes aren't going to take long.
No.
Someone's going, and most likely they're going hard for a fly through the air.
Yeah,
But
it's like instant upper body strength. Yeah.
I kind of like that, King. I did.
Yeah, those two guys put on a nice show, and it was a good way for somebody like me who would rather watch grass grow than watch a Greco match. It gave me a little bit more insight to Greco and made me think, wow, you know what? Maybe if I give it more of a chance, that thing can be a little exciting. So, they kind of won me over to Greco a little bit with that. That was fast paced. It was, if we could get a little bit more of that in a real Greco match, I'd be won over. So,
the one thing that Kale has said before in that interview that you did about understanding who's winning and losing, the scoring as simple as possible. That on the surface, CLAW, it's a complex scoring system. Now, for us wrestling fans, it took, you probably will agree to this, King, it took me about one match to understand, okay, I got it. But I'm thinking, okay, for this to survive and make it, we obviously got to get non-wrestling fans engaged. So I am a little concerned about the complexity of the scoring. And if that's something that they have to simplify a little bit, but I loved how it went. I loved it. I loved the cumulative scoring, the point scored is a point earned. Loved all that. But let me ask you, King, we see all this transferring, and I keep saying the Wild West, the money flying around and stuff. What do you think are the possibilities someone can steal a year away from Kale's dynasty by actually purchasing it? Do you know what I'm saying there? Could someone actually get a stacked enough all-star team that it takes away one of the championships that Kale would have had in this dynasty if it wasn't for the Wild West?
I'm not so sure about that, because I feel like for one, you're going to have to outspend Penn State, and two, the wrestlers that you buy are probably going to be Penn State's leftovers that lost in the wrestle-off anyway. So
good point. Good point.
Penn State's got it locked up for a while. I mean, they are flush with cash. They've got the absolute greatest college wrestler of all time, and he's young enough where, like, these guys coming up like Bassett and guys like that, like he's not. I mean, and I don't want to disparage, but somebody like John Smith, he may be a little older. These guys may not really, like there's not a lot. There's not as much, I guess. I don't know. You know how things are. As time goes on, your star dims a little bit. Not to us diehard wrestling fans, but these young kids, the social media darlings, if you will. I think somebody like Kale is still extremely relevant. So
yes, yeah, I agree. I mean, what personally would you like to see the lineup as this coming year?
Oh God, man, that's a tough one. There's been so much shakeup here. I'd like to see Lilladall come in at 125. I would like to see. I'd like to see Braden Davis take that 33 spot.
There's rumors of Nagao is hurt. Like he may be. It may be Davis. Somebody said, I can't remember if it's the Penn State podcast or something. Somewhere I read where it's a significant injury. It's going to be time before Nagao is ready to go. Go ahead.
It's a shoulder, isn't it?
Yeah. Yep.
Interesting.
I got 2 torn rotator cuffs and a labrum tear. The shoulders are no joke, and they don't. Yeah. They're not the same when they come back.
Bam.
Mine aren't.
Yeah.
Not
same
wrestling,
here.
They're not.
All of us. All of us. That's the one bad thing about wrestling. If you can get through and save your shoulders, I commend you, because usually you're in a position where you're going that extra little effort to win a tight situation, and you blow out a shoulder or something. Actually, I did mine by practicing with a guy substantially heavier than me, which that's a good way to ask for injuries.
Well, it looks like Braden Davis is bulking up. Maybe he could fill that 133.
Yeah.
Is that due to drama? I'd like to hear your thoughts on the new NCAA Division I has removed marijuana from the banned drug list. That's how he's putting on some weight. Huh?
I don't know. I think
you didn't even know that, did you?
No.
I did hear about it.
What the world's happening to my world here? Hey, free drugs! Come on! Come on! Here's some joints.
It's not going to help with weight cuts.
Doobie Brothers are back in town.
Gee, man, nutty weight cuts are going to be a little more difficult, folks. I don't know, but
yeah. You're killing the old guys with this stuff, you know.
I know. I tell you, King, you know this whole thing about Levi. What do we do with Levi? And, you know, Messenbrink, I don't see him moving anywhere. He's staying at 65. So what do we do with Levi? We know and you think, well, red shirt. Like, there's all kinds of speculation. But I think as I'm putting my favorite Penn State lineup together, if somehow we keep Levi happy where he doesn't get discontent in his head and David's over there knocking, to his old MS buddy. Hey, Levi, you don't have to wait over here. Come on over. No, I don't want any of that. But I'd like to see Levi redshirt this year, because I think it works out best as far as fitting all these people into the starting lineup without people losing a year. Oh my goodness, it's almost like you wished Strachey didn't come back, or if Strachey does come back, dude, you have to go 97. We went Barr at 84, but
Barr's good, yeah.
And I haven't even brought up Ryder yet. Daggone, it's like, it's amazing he keeps everyone there. I mean, finally, Bear Claw left to wrestle 1 year. It's just amazing. That's the most fascinating thing about this whole success story, is how he's got major studs that aren't even wrestling and seem content to stay there. And
well, I was making moves. Okay, I was out there, and they're doing stuff, and we had a lot of people in the rumor mill, as we talked about on Friday's show.
Yes, in fact,
potentially going to Iowa, and you know what? Then there's coaches out there crying about it now. Well, you see this? People crying about Iowa. They're calling Iowa out, saying I was doing stuff they shouldn't be doing. Oh, get out of here. They're all probably doing it. Everybody's just mad I was getting good at it now.
Now you're basically stealing people away. No wonder they reported Iowa. They're in their room handing out lollipops. Here, come taste an Iowa lollipop here.
Yeah, people that they said it tastes pretty good.
They're not even in the portal, Jack.
Who knows? It's all speculation.
No, I don't know.
Some guy said something to some guy.
We're going to talk to Terry here in a second. Terry, because he's got some stuff to fill us in with Iowa.
Tom Brand's now helping.
Do you want to stay aboard during that call, or if not, we'll give you your final words or whatever, or at least this time around.
No, I don't want to rush Terry. I know he doesn't get his sleep at night either, like me. So I do have one other thing I'd like to say about CLAW before I get off, though.
Go ahead.
All right.
If you got just a couple of seconds here, as fans, we have to support that. financially with our eyeballs, with our bodies. If we don't, it's going to go away. You can't just kind of hang around and wait around, for somebody to bring it to you. We gotta kind of support that. And we did. We were all there this past weekend. But along with that, some of these former wrestlers, where are the with the Real Woods, the devastated look he had on his face the past 2 years when he lost out on winning an NCAA championship. Where's guys like that? Or even guys like Luke Pletcher, Pat Lugo, Bryce Andonian. How many butts would Bryce Andonian put in the seats? These guys are waiting on this to get big before they get in. But I feel like some of these wrestlers need to jump in and support this too as well, not just the fans. So
for how much they made for the amount of time they spent, you could insert any name there, any of the big ones. Jason Wolf. Why wouldn't you take advantage of that? So go ahead.
$4,000 for a day, for a day's work.
It's crazy.
I'll take it.
Yeah,
I know Zach's training to get back in the league, so let's do it.
I said, man, I was about to start working out for that,
Yeah.
Let me wrestle in the tournament. Throw some people around a little bit.
I know in your last video you said you were going to body me if I didn't take that doctored photo down. I thought it was hilarious. Love
Hey, man, we appreciate your drama, and definitely appreciate everything posted.
Yeah, I got to say something, King. Just absolutely appreciate all that you do for BEG. And love your post and want to have you on again regularly. So just appreciate you joining us and giving your thoughts with CLAW. And thank you, man. Thank you, dude.
We'll have you back sometime.
Yeah, appreciate you guys.
Drama. All right, thanks, man.
All right, man. You guys have a good one. See ya.
See ya. Zach, right before I call Terry.
Yeah.
Can you put up a little, he's talking about you bodied people, put up that overtime match. The Columbia overtime match. I sent you a little, what is it, about 30 seconds?
You did.
Put that, folks, watch this.
Okay.
One more. This is the last match of the year, 8th grade. Both of these wrestlers are undefeated, so somebody's going to have an undefeated season. Let's see. This is overtime. This is overtime. Here we go. Here we go.
People said didn't know I was a wrestler. The real story, real quick. I was a basketball player, and then in the middle of 8th grade, quit basketball and went over to wrestle for the first time ever because the basketball team was terrible. I couldn't be on a losing team. I was not having fun.
Yes.
And went over there and wrestled and went undefeated. And then the next year, made varsity.
Yeah. Yeah. I tell you, you look back at old stuff and
I'm not having fun. Spitting in cups all day trying to make weight, dude. That's not fun. And I said, you know what, man? The football players getting all the chicks anyway. I said that'd be easier. And
okay, I'm calling our Iowa man Terry. Iowa man Terry, how you doing, buddy?
Good, Wayne.
Well, daggone Iowa, Penn State. It's just silence over there. Not in Iowa. Not in Iowa.
Give us the updates, Terry. What's going on out there?
Zach got it right here. Iowa's where the excitement's at. I mean, you can live in that boring milquetoast program of Penn State, but I'm telling you, Iowa's where the action's at.
I know, dude. Have fun eating your Cheerios while we're eating Fruity Pebbles over here in Iowa, dude.
I got to tell you, you are so dead on right. And it's like, the thing is the brand's intensity just bothers people. It just does. And how are you not attracted to their intensity?
That's what some people say about me. They don't like my intensity.
All right, Terry, I'm going to let you just go, but I'm going to I got a couple things I want to ask you about. And Zach, if you, first off, and I know you got some stuff, but first off, here's a picture of, they're asking, shouldn't Terry get extra pay here? He's coaching some of the girls now. They have some of the girls over wrestling with some of the guys. Now, Iowa is turning into a monster in the women's wrestling program. And
they're just taking over women's wrestling, and now they're combining that with the men's. This is going to be a dynasty.
Okay, but that's not what I wanted to ask you, Terry. Here, now I'm getting into it. All right, Zach brought it up. We got tattletales going on out there, whether it's Oklahoma or Purdue. Supposedly there's places out there that reported to the NCAA, I was trying to contact our guys. That's a foul. And what's your thoughts there? What do you know about that, Terry?
Well, Minio, I believe, said there was 3 teams that turned Iowa in on that, on tampering charges. Now, Minio, I take it with a grain of salt. But Willie, who I find a little bit more credible, did confirm on the Iowa pages that Arizona State and Oklahoma made complaints. Now, that lends credibility with what we were talking about 2 or 3 weeks ago with Teamer concerning Arizona State. I would have presumed that's the complaint there. Now, it begs the question, who on Oklahoma would Iowa be interested in? And to me, the obvious one, and again, I haven't heard this rumor, but you look at need weight classes, you look at guys that could be a difference maker, and it would certainly look like Stephen Buchanan to me at 197.
Yeah.
Now, Willie also said that Iowa was in hard on Christian Carroll. So they've tried to replace Glazier with AJ. They've tried to replace Glazier with Christian Carroll. If I was Glazier, I wouldn't be sitting too comfortable there buying any green bananas, as they say, because it doesn't look like they're sold on Glazier. And
I don't understand that.
We've talked about this before. Glazier had a really good regular season, but he lost to a 26 seed in the first round.
Didn't it just get a recruit at 197, Terry?
Right.
Commit.
They got the Miller twins. Now, they're more, in my opinion, I watched a video on them. I don't see either one being Jarrell could be a multi-year starter, but I don't see him as a 4-year starter. Both of those kids need developmental time. So I don't think either one of them are a threat to Glazier. And plus, they're in the 25 recruiting class anyway.
What about that Brody Sampson? Is about the same level?
Yeah.
He's, I watched some video on him. He's, there's something like there, but right now they needed a body in there bad.
It gives them
they basically were riding with just Glazier last year because we suspected Colby Franklin was out, but getting information is difficult. But he clearly was out last year. They didn't have a backup 197.
Well,
so now Sampson is in the 24 class, so he'll be coming in this year.
Well, Terry, you told me that it looks like Glazier could end up with an extra year, or there's a possibility he could end up with an extra year.
Somebody floated that out there that if he wants to apply for a redshirt year from past injury, that he could pursue that. Nobody's confirmed that, but somebody did post that out there. So, we'll see what happens. That's something to keep an eye on, though, is that 197 weight class.
Well,
because it just doesn't seem like they're sold on Glazier.
That's the part I can't understand. Now, if you go through the trouble of getting someone, I don't know how much money we're talking about, but giving money away for them to come, you want it to be at a weight class that it's going to substantially help you. Now, on paper, right now, I couldn't tell you who I would pick, Glazier or Buchanan. Let's say it was Buchanan that upset Oklahoma. I can't pick the winner there, Terry.
Now, if you look at the brackets last year, Buchanan finished third last year. So, Glazier lost to a 26 seed major geog on the backside, and then lost to the 9th seed Stephen Little. So he went 1-2. Buchanan got third last year, so that's no doubt a clear upgrade.
Yeah, that's true. Although you want to factor in the element of Glazier's head moving so far forward, he just pulled off astoundingly successful year. I mean, daggone, he lost 2-0 or something like that to Brooks. Or what was it again? Right. It was like...
It was pretty close, and he was close, very close to a takedown. He was in deep on a takedown.
Yeah.
So...
All right, okay. I want to ask you about this, all the talk about Lockett. Is Lockett leaving Oklahoma State?
Well, I'm in total agreement with Kevin on this, that there's certain guys that know how to play the game, and Lockett's one of those that knows how to play the game.
Yeah.
Iowa recruited him hard, and he, in my opinion, is the number 2 middleweight behind P.J. Duke, and he's not that far behind Duke. And Iowa recruited him hard. Well, he tweeted out a little yellow birdie that they used to denote Iowa Hawkeyes, that implying that Iowa's a real possibility. About a day later, he's posing in front of a brand new truck from a Stillwater auto dealership with his father. Now, I don't know if it was given to him or just the use of it, but I'm thinking, well, there goes Iowa's chances to get Lockett, and then about 4 or 5 days later, he commits to Oklahoma State. So he knows how to play the game. Now, he certainly didn't refute when people were putting out rumors, and it begs the question, why is he training at Iowa State?
Yeah. And we're going to see that more and more, whether it be the Starachi and Bartlett acting like, oh, I'm not coming back, playing the game. Let's drive that price up a little bit.
It was a brand new Dakota Dodge Ram.
Well, I won't get on my soapbox, but all along, I just don't want it pay to play. I just want it to be actual NIL. And I've said all along, a guy should be able to make the same amount, whether it's Lock Haven or Penn State. It's still just NIL. We're just using your name and image.
Before was unfair. NCAA had you signing away all kinds of things. And, you're right. If a kid can make money on autographs or jersey sales or whatever, they should be able to do it.
Yeah.
I agree with you, Wayne.
Who else do you see Iowa going for? Obviously, it looks like Tom he's sold on, I'm going to play this portal game as long as we can. I'm going to play it hard, too.
I don't know if that's by necessity or design. That's the question.
Yeah. Do you see, obviously, all this talk about what's his face going to 33, so Iowa's going to need a 25. And, there's rumors out there. We've heard Volk, and we've heard some other big names that Iowa could go get, and it'd be kind of attractive, wouldn't it, to a guy like, say, Volk to come to Iowa?
Well, there was 4 names that I had on my mind before the portal even opened. And I thought Spratley, Volk, Ramos, and Noto. I thought those would be 4 125s that you could comfortably move Drake up to 133 and really expect an All-American, because Spratley is not that far away.
Yeah.
Well, there's rumors that they contacted Ramos and that Ramos stayed. Ramos wants to coach at Purdue. But, the same guy that put the rumor out about Teamer said, he said Teamer's likely in August. He said there's a 1-year starter that's likely in July, and the focus was 125. Then we brought up Buchanan as a possibility also. but those would be the two weight classes they'd be focusing on. Now, Volk has more than 1 year left, so he doesn't fit the parameters of 1 year, but, Volk would definitely be somebody I'd be interested in.
Yeah. And apparently, at least the boosters in Iowa, money is not an issue. They're used to winning, and I can only imagine, Terry, the pressure on Tom and Terry. You get second place and you got people whining to you.
Maybe that's why I'm coaching women now. It's part of if you're not going to be winning, I would need more out of you, said Beth.
I don't know. The thing is, you've seen a desperate decision like bringing the entire Ferrari group in, and that could still pay off. Who knows? Angelo could end up being a multi-champ for Iowa, but it looks like the other two didn't work out, and we'll see how that all unfolds. But obviously, that stung a little bit, at least enough that Chittum's gone, and it was kind of a desperate move on the surface. You say, well, that doesn't look so wise. But I'm not in Terry's shoes, and I'm not feeling the heat from an entire fan base and an AD that I can only imagine the pressure that's on him.
Well, Iowa doesn't play for second place. I've said this before on the Facebook page. We go by the Ricky Bobby philosophy. If you ain't first, you're last. So,
yeah.
But, all in all, I think if Angelo stays at Iowa long term, which I think at least for the foreseeable future he will, even losing Chittum, I think that was a positive game because I heard the reason Iowa went after Frantic and Caliendo as a package deal was because Chittum left.
Yeah.
So, you're really looking at Angelo, Chittum in 1 year. Caliendo in 1 year of Frantic versus Chittum. And I'll make that trade 10 out of 10 times.
Well, I can tell you about a get that I know you would be for. It's the single biggest get out there. No, I'm not talking about Bo Bassett. I'm talking about them Raney twins.
Correct. That's number one priority, in my opinion, on Tom and Terry. And here's the thing. Well, you could say, well, why wouldn't Bo Bassett be number one? Well, because you get 2 for 1.
Yeah.
You're getting 2 blue chippers, and they are blue chippers. And, Flo had a report out there that strike of midnight, Tom called one of the Raneys, and Terry called the other. They both were the first calls were from Iowa. So, and the Raneys even said that made an impact on them.
Oh.
And I think ultimately that's going to come down to Iowa and Illinois.
Yeah.
That's who I think are going to be the players with those two.
Wait.
And they fit perfectly. They fit 133, 141. They think they're 141, 149, and maybe that's down the road. They will be, but that's right in the sweet spots that Iowa needs.
Terry, can you confirm? So the Brands called the Raney brothers at the strike of midnight first before calling Bo Bassett or Jack's fourth.
And if you look at Bo Bassett's board, he had Iowa 6. They were the 6th contact.
Yeah, it wasn't much longer.
So that says
Penn
something.
State was down that list. What were they, about 16th or something like that?
Yeah, well, sometimes the line gets busy too. I'm sure. As Tom says, Kale's relentless on recruiting. So
you know what Kale should have said? He should have made a public statement. Bo, if you want to come to Penn State, you call me. I'm just kidding, Terry. Terry, listen. This Drayshawn Ross, are we talking a big dog here? How good is this kid?
Well, the kid looks like he's 30 years old when he was 14. He's got a little bit of a gas tank issue. You can see, I sent the video out with the Connor Mirasolo, and he wrestled him tough. He got a late double on him, and, you could see, but, Mirasolo's got a couple years on him.
Yeah.
That kid's going to be, when he fills out and gets the tank straightened out a little bit,
Well, he's 40 years old.
He's up there.
What?
He's up there with Keeter as an athlete.
Are we talking about a 97-pounder or a 285?
No. He'll be 285.
Wow.
He'll be without question.
I like that.
Well, and this is going to get interesting with Keeter this year. Who knows? He could be in the national championship finals, and I'm not going to sit here and say I'm shocked.
Yeah.
I mean, he showed that potential last year, and to not have to worry about football, to be able to really concentrate on and have the practices under his belt and everything. Wow. But
just get 20 pounds of good weight on him, and you'll see it. That's the key. They got to get some weight on him.
Yeah, and of course that's a weight class where you got plenty of depth. If he wanted to, if he would miss any.
Terry, who's the next big commitment or transfer that we're going to hear going to Iowa?
Well, that's kind of what we were talking about. The rumors are Teamer in August and that mystery guy in July, whether that be a 125-pounder or is it a 197-pounder? That name hasn't come out yet. Now, somebody guessed Lucas Bird, and that got shot down by the guy that initiated the rumor. He shot down immediately Lucas Bird, so that was a good guess.
We always forgot about old Bird boy. I mean, Birdman. I just love his name. I don't know why.
Yeah,
he's tough. He's
looks
tough.
like a nerd, but doesn't wrestle like a nerd.
But yeah, I was advocating for banning football in the state of Iowa. They keep taking all the great wrestlers like Keeter and Drayshawn Ross from us.
I will admit, all the excitement is in Iowa. Everything is just quiet up there in State College. It's just quiet. And, the thing is as we go on with this podcast, I find myself, and I think you have part to do with this, Terry. I find myself, I used to hate Iowa like nobody's business. The whole program could have got cut and I would have had a party at my house. Now I'm understanding the importance of Tom Brands, Terry Brands, Iowa, and the whole kit and caboodle. And of course, a lot of Iowa people are just top shelf people, like yourself, Terry.
You hear that, folks? How quickly he changed as soon as he found out his grandson's already committed to Iowa. Iowa! I got good news, Tom. Hang on, Tom! Right now, Tom. If you can hang on.
Just hang on, Tom.
16 more years, Tom. I'm coming. We're coming. There's going to be a Beaver Hawkeye, baby. Oh, now you want to be friendly with Iowa now.
Well, hey, Terry.
Future grandson.
Terry, I love talking to you. We'll get back with you again. We're running late here, and appreciate your letting me call you. We'll do this again real soon, and I appreciate everything you do with the Facebook too, folks. If you're not a member of the Facebook, I'm here to tell you you're losing out. Oh, you're a member of all kinds of different wrestling Facebook pages. Not the best one. Because of people like Drama King, Terry, Kevin.
I will say we have the most engagement. I am on all those other pages. Ours has way more engagement.
Yeah.
But
and Terry,
it's good that you mentioned Drama King because he does a lot of great posting also.
Yes.
We had him call in earlier.
You'll have to watch Tuesday night's episode. Of course, we're recording here Sunday night for Tuesday night. We were talking to Drama earlier. So, and the weird thing is, what a humble guy. Because if I look like him, Zach, if you could you have a picture of you standing with, you're going to have that behind us. You already seen it. The picture Zach put up.
Yeah, he was at CLAW, wasn't
he?
Terry, go watch CLAW. It's out now on YouTube. Go check out the CLAW event on YouTube. We were the pregame and halftime show.
Well, I think actually, I don't know if it's out right now.
4 p.m. today.
Oh, okay.
Sunday.
It is
It's
out.
out.
Okay. Yeah, watch that, Terry, and I'm anxious to get your your 2 cents, what your take on it. I'm telling you, it's a good product. It is exciting.
I watched one match, and it was definitely high action, no doubt. I got to watch more matches to get where those cones come into play.
Yeah.
I didn't get the gist of that in the match that I watched. But
check it out at CLAW.
Anyway.
It's on YouTube. Terry, I also want to know who you think was better in the pregame and halftime show, me or Wayne?
You or who, Shane?
Me or Wayne? Me or my dad? Who was better?
Me and Zach helped with the pregame.
Halftime show, I didn't see that.
No, it's the pregame where me and Zach.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, we're on pregame, and then we're on at halftime. And I've said it was horrible because me and Zach weren't able to bounce stuff off of each other. But
I thought we were good.
It was okay.
I thought we were good.
But anyway, Terry.
Hopefully I brought some Joe Biden energy to the show today, like he brought it on Thursday. So I hope
That's
I
right.
the snuff there.
You know, that's funny. You know, that you have this. I'd like to get some votes right before we let give you up here, Terry. Zach, I want you to vote and Terry to vote. This is just right off the top of my head here. Okay, in celebration of our political season that we're upon,
Maybe
upon
Terry,
us.
what's your handicap in golf?
Okay, first off, which program is healthier right now, Iowa or Oklahoma State? Each of you vote.
Ooh, I'm going to say Oklahoma State.
Okay.
He's got more money, pay comp. As long as he's there, they're healthy.
You almost have to see the next year how that evolves with Oklahoma State. But they've had some good recruiting classes the last couple. They're sitting pretty. Got a nice coaching staff.
Okay.
I mean, they're younger, so I'm in the coaching staff. So probably Oklahoma State.
All right. Who would win in this debate? Jason Bryant or Christian Piles? Two of the greatest minds in wrestling, both of them very knowledgeable, but here they're on the debate stage against each other. Which one wins?
I would say Jason. After talking to Jason Bryant, and he does what's the thing he does every year? The annual. I can't think of it.
Hall of Fame or something. He does all kinds of stuff.
No, his wrestling magazine or encyclopedia that he puts out. He can rip stats. He's got a photographic memory. Jason Bryant. I'd go with Jason Bryant.
I agree. He's like an encyclopedia, Jason Bryant.
All right. Who's the better announcer, Shane Sparks or Rock Harrison? You ever hear Rock Harrison, Terry?
Oh, yeah. I tell you, I like Shane Sparks, but Rock Harrison is my favorite guy. The guy was a coach. The guy was a wrestler, and he was an official. He knows the rules frontwards and backwards, and he doesn't patronize knowledgeable fans, but he's able to inform new fans and explain things in a way that they understand things, but don't patronize real fans, the hardcore fans. I think Rock Harrison's the best wrestling announcer out there.
Zach?
I think Terry might have sold me. I have them. I mean, they're 1A and 1B to me.
That's the kind of answer where you say, you know what, match them up together. Could you imagine them two together? That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
In fact, that's what we need.
Yeah. Okay, here's another debate. Tell me who wins this debate. Strachey against AJ. That'd be entertaining, wouldn't it, Terry?
Oh, man.
Strachey, they're both a little corny. They both can be a little corny. Let's be honest, right?
We have no idea what direction this debate goes.
Carter, Carter can just fly off the handle sometimes. He says stuff, you're like, what? What in the world? And then AJ will do some stuff, and you're like, what? What? Now, I want that debate. Can we throw an invitation out to Carter and AJ to come on BEG, and I have a judge costume. I'll dress up. We have our debate. I'll fill the moderator.
That would be fun. It'd be, Terry.
I could even mute the mics.
It'd be sort of like Brands debating Kale. On the surface, I think you would say Brands walks away the winner in that debate. However, I guess it depends the kind of person you are. You may like the more laid-back, reserved approach, like a kale. I don't know, but
I would take brands.
Okay, the final one. Who wins around the golf? Wayne Beaver or Joe Biden? Which one? I'm dead serious.
Wayne all the way here. I haven't seen your swing, Wayne, but just navigating the course there, you've got that in lockdown for sure.
Well, you have to carry your bag. Can you even carry your bag?
Ooh, boy,
The
you
whole
know
time?
what? Both of us are going to drop before it's over. Both of us are going to drop before it's over. Oh, my
You can complete
goodness.
the most holes.
Oh, my goodness. Just have the ambulance there. 2 of them. I'm just kidding, folks. I'm just kidding.
Golf and carrying my bag, Joe. I'd be like, no, that's not fun to me, dude.
Terry, love talking with you, man.
All right, sounds good, Wayne. I think I got everything I wanted to cover. So.
All right.
All right, appreciate it, Terry.
You bet. Take care, Zach.
Thank you.
Take care, Wayne.
We'll see you. Bye.
Always interesting to hear what's going on out there in Iowa.
Yeah.
What else is going on? Do you have any other? I thought I had something else here.
I have absolutely nothing. I did mention Clay Lout's dad, who I talked to. Just a little shout out to him. Super nice guy. And I had fun. Did you have fun?
One.
You were a little more reserved today.
Today, yeah.
Yeah, what, you wore out?
I went to last night, Thatcher and Rye, last weekend, the famous Voltaggio, one of the 2 brother chefs. They've been on the Big Chef show, the big cooking show. One of their brothers has a restaurant here, and it's closing after this weekend. I went there last night. Clearly, they did not buy a new product. Because
folks, I got to tell you about this. I'm glad you brought that up. So it's their last night. And you, Zach, you have a gift certificate, so you got to rush over there and use up that gift certificate.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, you think they bought any new product lately? Or no, they're getting rid of all the junk that's been in the back corner.
That was straight profits last night they had.
Anyway, you mentioned that you left a stinker today, and it just hung. It just hung there. In fact, your girlfriend came in hours later, and she made a face. Whoa, what's going on? What died?
So that cat must be dying, dude.
You know, sometimes this is absolutely ridiculous and childish, and I'm going to lose subscribers after I say this. Zach, sometimes when I have gas, and it's particularly rotten eggish, I'm kind of proud. I'm just going to say it, Zach. I'm just going to say I'm kind of proud.
Dude, I think I listened to a Freakonomics episode or something where people genuinely enjoy smelling their own farts.
Off the rails here.
I think that's true.
Off the rails.
No, I did not. No, I couldn't take it. It was bad. But I did get grounding sheets. So I was grounded.
The little plug-in sheets.
Yeah.
Don't men just sleep on the ground, but sheets that plug in? What?
Well, just
what
the
is a
ground
grounding
wire.
sheet?
It's just the ground wire in a receptacle. There's the hot, the neutral, and the ground.
Yeah.
The ground is a stake that's buried 10 feet deep into the ground below you. That way, if electricity that's why stuff for safety. Well, these sheets are grounded.
What's the science behind this? They sold that to you. How?
Science.
Here, buy our grounding sheets.
Yeah, touch it. It does good stuff to you.
What?
I can't remember exactly. There's a lot of good stuff they said.
You were there bragging on the video thing.
Is a good
Look,
TikTok
there's grounding
or
sheets.
something.
Grounding
It got
sheets.
me, dude.
Grounding sheets. What? What?
Yeah.
Did you sleep better with your 18 pillows?
I thought, wow, they're right. I don't walk around on the earth in my bare feet very often. I probably should get these sheets. What?
Oh, man. Okay, now we're down below.
Really, I'm just doing it for this kid that's brewing up to be grounded. That's why. I wanted to be grounded.
We were on the brink of getting our 2,000 subscriber. Now we got 100 to go again. We just lost 100.
Yeah.
By the way, talking about subscribing,
Like and subscribe.
Bam.
Like and
Bam.
subscribe.
If you can stomach the show, please at least hit the button. But no, I enjoyed it. Had fun.
We got a lot of commitments coming up.
Yes, including Michael Bamberger, his story, and why he's going to make the case why all you old fogies out there need to go to your local Fat and Bald tournament and man up. That's what Michael Bamberger did.
He did.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
All right, folks. Till next week. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. This is BEG Wrestling.
See ya.